A drought touted to be the worst in 60 years in the Horn of Africa region has already wiped out crops and pasture and killed thousands of livestock. The number of Kenyans who are currently in dire need of food aid has increased from 1.3 million people in January to 3 million now.
The numbers may go higher depending on the weather, and it's quite clear that the projection of the government had been through NDMA that the numbers may even go, God forbid, but as high as 4 million by April. And the fact of the matter is that the weatherman has already told us that to expect not a normal rainfall, a near abnormal rainfall come April, May this year.
With an 11.4 billion shilling deficit in drought response, President Uhuru Kenyatta appealed to development partners and donors to come to Kenya's aid. Last week, the United Arab Emirates donated 150 tons of foodstuff worth 20 million shillings, and the Danish government has now channeled its aid towards emergency water provision in drylands.
All in all, it is 150 million Kenyan shillings that we will transfer from our long-term development cooperation to a quick and immediate response to the needs that the government has made an appeal on.
We need this money to increase our water tracking, to bring water and immediate relief to the affected areas, particularly areas like Turkana, where the situation is very, very bad, Mandera, Wajir, and the coast region.
The government is also expected to start a cash payout program to help pastoralists purchase fodder and animal feed for their livestock until the drought comes to an end. About 12,600 vulnerable families in Turkana, Mandera, Marsabit, Isiolo, Tana River and Wajir counties are expected to benefit from the 215 million shillings set aside. The situation is worse in the neighboring Somalia, a country that, according to the United Nations, is in the grip of an intense drought. 4 days after President Mohamed Abdullahi Farmajo declared the drought a national disaster, Prime Minister Hassan Ali Khaire announced that 110 people had died from starvation and drought-related illnesses in a span of 48 hours. The newly elected UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has visited the country that lost 260,000 people in a similar drought 6 years ago. He appealed to rich countries to do more to stop drought-stricken Somalia from sinking into famine. He said, quote, "If you want to fight terrorism, we need to address the root causes of terrorism. We need to bring peace and stability to a country like Somalia. It's the best way for rich countries to protect themselves." End of quote. Sylvia Citizen TV.